KD9MED, KD9MED, K3线。Good evening, Mike, and a Happy New Year to you. How is my signal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll hold the net on this repeater then. We'll be getting out of your way in about 10 minutes, 9 minutes here. The K9 shall be. Okay, sounds good. I'll go ahead and start the net then. 8 o'clock. K9. Repeater 2023 on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if one situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is to provide an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL in your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency is straight to 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. This net is being live streamed around the world on the internet. Those of you who are checking in via the internet, check in with Mike, KD9MED in Rochelle. He is live streaming this net on the internet, and check in on the internet, and he will relay your internet check-in to me via the radio. Also, this net is being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, January 6th, 2023. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. For those of you in the Orthodox faith, tonight is your Christmas Eve. Let's hope your Christmas goes very well tomorrow. Okay. Also, and if you're on the sticks, if you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it, let me reset. If you're on the sticks, you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it due to the conditions are too far away from the repeater, or you don't have internet access, just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central hotline, area code 815-232-FN-FN-232-3636. It's a local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check in on the radio first. I want to make an announcement here. There has been another death in the family. As soon as we get done with the check-ins, we're going to do a tribute to Art N9NQD, who passed away last Friday. I'll give you all the particulars later. We might be having people just tune in for the tribute. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on mobile stations. If you have family time, or you'd rather concentrate your driving, or you got something else going, you can't stay for the net, I'll take your short time on mobile check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. Okay. After we get done with short time on mobile stations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins in northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins in southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, say whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, ham fest, bike rides, or marathons. We got a ham fest coming up in about a week or so in Wheaton, Illinois. That's on the 15th. But more about that later. Let me reset. Okay, like I said, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins in northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins in southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. Then, then we'll do our regular features. We'll do, after we get done with check-ins, we're going to do this tribute to Art N9NQD. Then after we get done, we'll do our usual stuff. We'll do the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our TechNet portion, if you will. If you have questions, you have technical questions, or you're having a problem with your power supply or amplifier, what kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio should you get? Base, mobile, all mode, or what have you. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. If anybody has any DX reports you'd like to pass along, if you had any DX reports this week, please feel free to pass them along. Okay. Then we'll have our swap net. You have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to hobbies or amateur radio or computers, we'll do that. The question this week, this is the first Friday Night Fun Net of the new year. I want to ask everybody, what is your New Year's resolution as far as ham radio goes? You want to upgrade your license to general or extra class? You want to upgrade your equipment, upgrade your antenna? You want to put up a tower or what have you there? We're happy to hear your resolutions as to what you want to do. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations like to check in? Please call now.
KD9SAZ, Kilo Delta 9, Sierra Alpha Zulu, Daniel Rockford, short time. I will be in and out. Jimmy's grandson's racing right now, so gotta watch that there.
Okay, this is being recorded on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page, so as soon as I get done with checking, we're going to do the tribute to Art, K9NQD. So thanks for letting me know about that yesterday. You 73, thanks for checking in. Any more short time on mobile stations you want to check in, please call now.
9KZT, Larry. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe.
109GDP, Greg and Rockford.
Okay, stand by. We got 3 stations coming in, checking in. Again, we got another station trying to check in. K9KZT, Larry in Rockford, the King of CW. Got you checked in, Larry, short time. You at 73, have a good evening, and you're welcome to recheck in if time permits. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe have got you checked in. Tom will get back to you. Oh, that's right, you're going to be short time. So, 73, have a good evening, and thanks for checking in. N9GBP, Greg and Robert got you checked in. You have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Do we have any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Short time, no traffic.
K9ZIP, Joe and Janesville. Short time, no traffic.
N9BW, short time, no traffic.
Okay, this station just, okay, let me acknowledge these stations of K9HKX, Laura and Roscoe. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. We will talk to you tomorrow night on the RadioNet. K9ZIP, Joel and Janesville. Got you checked in. Happy New Year to you. You have a good evening, and thanks for checking. Have a good evening. Bruce, N9BWM, was that you trying to check in? There was an awful lot of noise with your in the background.
Sure, it was me. I'm sorry, I've got a magnetic mount antenna on the on the heat register.
Okay, Bruce, I've got you checked in. Happy New Year to you. 73, thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you down the log. Thanks for checking in. Any more short-time on mobile stations with Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPO, Ball and Rose Park, short time tonight. K9UQF, this is
K9QPL, Paul and Wells Farm got you checked in, Paul. 73, have a good evening, and maybe we'll talk to you tomorrow night on the RadioNet on this repair. Thanks for checking in. Any more short-time on mobile stations would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Good evening, sir. Hey, listen. I didn't check my log, but it's been a long time.
N9CNW, November 9, Chicago Northwestern, short time. Mark and Rockford.
I do not have any,
N9CNW. Okay, Mark, I've got you. In Rockford, I got you checked in. Short time. Celery, have a good evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening RadioNet. Thanks for checking in. And Happy New Year to you, by the way. Any more short time on most stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Restaurant. So you might know that El Paso is still here. One of these days I got to go out there and get some Mexican.
Okay, I've got 9 short time stations. Okay, not bad at all. So, okay, we'll move on to general check-ins. Well, at this time, I'll take any general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go on.
W9JTC checking in. Good evening, Jimmy.
Like the Union El Paso.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Bravo, Brian and Roscoe. No traffic. Good evening, Jimmy.
Mom will take you out for lunch. WX9.
Okay, let me acknowledge these stations. W9JTC, Jamie and Robert have got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Thanks for checking. K9QDB, Brian, I've got you checked in. WX9RLT, Rick and Robert got you checked in. Mike, KD9MED, you have traffic. Go ahead.
Hard today. Club.
Okay, all stations, this is K9GCR. I am now going to be moving the Friday Night Fun Net to the 147.195 repeater. So this is K9GCR will be clear, switching to a 147.195.
Check 1-2 on the mic there. Heavy traffic on the 16.
This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. We are moving the net to this repeater. There's we got the band conditions. We're picking up another repeater, so that's why we're going to be moving the net here. Okay, I'm going to let's see. I'm going to ask you these three stations here. Let's see. I'm going to do a roll call. W9JTC, Jamie and Rockford, are you on 195?
I'm here, Jimmy.
Okay, Jamie, sounds good. Okay, Brian, KD9QDB, are you on 195?
Roger, roger there.
Okay, and finally, Rick, WX9RLT, are you on 195?
Yep, I'm on 195 WX9RLT. Back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. Good. Well, of course, the rest of the station we're short time, so they won't be back there. So, okay, we'll move on. Are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Well, just a minute. We're doing the check-in from Northern Illinois. Any station in Northern Illinois would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
9SPJ, Rockford, Illinois.
K9SPJ, Scott, in downtown Rockford at the beautiful Rockford Yacht Club. Okay, Scott, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED.
Oh, gee, I forgot to ask. I forgot about that. Okay, KD9MED. Okay, Mike, I've got you checked in. Sorry about that. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, we had a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we can get a good turnout from Southern Wisconsin. Eight stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
Yeah, good evening, Jimmy. WI9HF, Chad in Janesville. Do you want to put Kilo Delta 9, Victor Bravo X-Ray for a count? She's not too awake right now, so to put her for a count, but otherwise in and out for her. Good evening, Jimmy.
Good evening to you, Chad. I've got you, Chad. You got a beautiful signal coming in tonight, and I also got K9VBX checked in. So, okay, sounds good. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
K9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Got you checked in, Norm. I'll get back to you a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, well, it's Friday night fish Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern pike, walleye, muskie, crappies. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, eat your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, your cheese, whoever's eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Be careful when you go out ice fishing. I don't know how solid that ice is on those lakes. You'll be taking your coolers, your generators, your TVs, and your beer, and your food, or what have you. Don't forget to take your HCs with you so you can check in the Friday night fun net. Okay. At this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
KD9MED, Gary in Rockford.
KD9MED, Kerry and Rockford, the king of digital DX. Got you checked in, Kerry. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report and later on for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, this is KC9GCR. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with the deepest regret that I announce the passing of Arch Knott, N9NQD, who passed away on last Friday, December 30th. They've been trying to contact him for several days. They couldn't find him. Finally, his sister contacted the Rockford police, told them to break in the door. They broke in. They found him dead. He did not attend any of his family Christmas or holiday get-togethers or anything like that. The last time he checked into this net was Friday, December 9th. I checked the Friday night fun net checking list. He was a great guy. He was also a CB operator. He always checked in during the 10 o'clock hour. He's been a long time ham radio operator, and he was he was found dead on Wednesday, January 4th. He spent 5 decades as a ham radio operator. Okay, at this time, does anybody have any comments they'd like to make about this individual who passed away?
W9JTC.
WX9RLT.
NSVJ.
Stand by, Scott. I'll get back to you. W9JTC, go ahead.
Oh, good evening, all. Yeah, it's a shock to the system, right, when we found this out. I've known Art on and off for about 20 to 25 years. God, we were in a sideband CB club back in, God, it seems it's about 20, 25 years ago. Very nice gentleman. He would give you the shirt off of his back if you needed it. You needed help with something, and he could help you. He was right there to do it. It's going to be sorely missed. He was a very good friend of mine. and I'm going to miss him quite a bit. I learned a lot from him, so especially with antennas. Beam antennas was his big thing. So he loved making antennas or working with antennas or working with tower equipment. Yep. He's going to be sorely missed by a lot of us. He was a great friend. Back to net control, W9JTC.
W9JTC, Jamie and Rockford, thanks for your comments concerning our art, N9NQD. Okay, N9SBJ, Scott, did you have any comments concerning art? Go ahead.
9SBJ, yeah. I used to talk to Art for the CB, and sorry to hear that he's passed.
Well, that was a shocker to me, too. You know, I got a phone call from another ham operator, wanted to know when was the last time he checked in the Friday Night Fun Net. I looked at my archives and my check-in list, and I said the last time he checked in on the radio was on Friday, December 9th. It was almost about a month ago, about 4 weeks ago tonight. I've been putting him down as an honorary check-in, but that was that was about it. That was a shocker, even to me, too. I couldn't believe it. So, anything else you'd like to add, Scott?
Well, you'll be missed.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net, Central and Freeport. Yes, he will be missed, Scott. Don't think he won't. So, excuse me. That's the way it goes here. Okay. Thanks for your comments. Any other station have any comments concerning the passing of Art N9NQD?
WX9RLT.
WX9RLT. Go ahead, Ricky.
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. I just want to give my condolences to everybody. I met Art down there on CB land. At the time, I didn't know too much about CBs. My neighbor across the street, he was up on CBs, and kind of went down there to join him on the radio for a bit, and met Art down there. And you know, he kind of welcomed me with open arms. Actually, everybody down there in CB land. So, man, many great conversations, and, you know, like Jamie said, very smart, and, you know, gonna be missed by many, and, man, you know, it just kind of, you know, like you said, kind of hits home. So, hopefully it was quick, and, you know, man, everybody's in my thoughts and prayers at this time, and he was a great ham. So send it back to you, Jimmy. So much appreciated for doing that. WX9RLT.
Yes, he was. He was a great man. Don't think he wasn't. Yes, that's for sure. It's the second time within about a month that we lost a ham radio operator. We lost Jerry Anderson, N9ZBI. Dan, the K9SAZ, called me on the phone yesterday morning. He was the first one to tell me about. So that was a shocker for sure. Any other station have any comments concerning the passing of Arch Knott to N9NQD?
KD9SAZ.
K9SAZ, go ahead, Dan.
Thanks, Jimmy, and definitely appreciate taking the time and some extra time here over Art this evening. Greatly appreciated by many of us. Known him probably 40, 50 years, and never forget a few highlights when I moved from Sterling, the shop, to Mount Morris, and he had Lenny fly down in his plane, came into Ogle, went, picked him up, put up the 50-footer and a 4-element Big Gun 2 many decades ago, and talked to Lenny in the plane all the way back to Madison. Reset here. And his dad comes rolling in, and first time I had met him. So, yeah, this was many decades ago. And comes walking up to me, and probably 2 feet from face to face, looks at me and says, "Yeah, you have a permit for that?" I said, "Excuse me?" Says, "You have a permit for that tower?" I stood there, looked right at him, and said, "What tower?" And Lenny's 50 feet in the air on it, and he looks at me and he just starts laughing. And Art says, "Yep, Dad, that was great. You got him good." One other time, we took off in the plane over a job of mine going to Nashville to a satellite trade show, and plane crashed. Took off, and I don't know, probably got 1,000 feet in the air, whatever it was, and yeah, we splattered all over between the runway and lived. And so yeah, we've been through many decades of times and lots of great times, and sideband all the way. Anyway, I won't tie it up all night. Thank you very much, and certainly going to miss N9. I just messed. Anyway, we'll definitely miss Art. Thank you very much. KD9SAZ back to net control.
Thank God you survived that plane crash, that's for sure. You're welcome there, Dad, and thanks for checking in and giving your comments. Does the other station have any other comments concerning the passing of Art N9NQD? Okay, for those of you who are new to the Friday Night Fun Net, when these kind of events come around, I'll tell you, I'll give you a little history. Diana White, NM9I, she used to do the older Monday Night Rockford area 2 meter net on this frequency, on this repeater. Whenever she is a local ham operator in the Rockford area, she would do a 1 minute all keys down moment of silence in that person's honor. When Brad Spitz and I started the Friday Night Fun Net back in 2008, the Monday Night 2 meter net has gone bye-bye, and we decided to keep this tradition going on the Friday Night Fun Net. At this time, we will now observe a 1 minute, all keys down, moment of silence in honor of Art, not N9NQD, after which I will do a last call in his honor. N9NQD, N9NQD, K9 GCR. N9NQD, N9NQD, K9 GCR. No signal. 7-3's Art. It's been a pleasure knowing you. I always look forward to you to checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. We used to talk a lot about CB stuff and what have you there. I was the right-on Tomcat, went back in my CB days, and I don't know who you were back then, but we're definitely gonna miss you. You were at that great ham radio station in the sky, where the DX is always good. And also at this time, for the last time, I'm going to check him into this net that's now silent key check-in. N9NQD SK silent key. He's checked in the Friday Night Fun net for the last time. So we just did a tribute to Art Not N9NQD. We did thanks to those stations that participated and made their comments. We did a 1 minute off keys down movement of silence, and a last call on his honor. I also checked him in to the Friday Night Fun net as a silent key check-in for the very last time. May you rest in peace, Art. See you, buddy. We'll see you in that ham radio station in the sky. 7-3. Okay, at this time, before we continue, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun net from anywhere in the region? With drop traffic, please call K9 GCR.
KC9 GCR, N9SBJ. Yeah, you brought up Diane, it's me. Excuse me. And I don't know whatever happened to her, but I did know that OTC, Brad, myself, and Eric used to go out to Steak and Shake all the time. So, I don't know. But thanks for mentioning it.
This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun at Central Air Freeport. Okay, Art, sounds good, Scott. By the way, now this net is being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net's Central Facebook page. If anybody did not get a chance to hear this tribute to Art Not N9NQD, you'll be able to hear it on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Central and follow instructions, and you'll be able to hear this net along with the tribute to Art N9NQD. Okay, at this time we're going to move on. Now we're going to move on to the Friday Night Fun Net Tech corner. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, I got some traffic to pass along. State Line Amateur Radio Club will be having the monthly meeting tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Tony Bustos, N9ARB, he's our East Emergency Coordinator here in Stevenson County. He'll be in charge. The dues are due. If those of you are members of the club, you're not doing anything, come on over. Let's pack the place. Again, tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library, our bi-monthly meeting of the State Line Amateur Radio Club. They're held on the odd number of months, January, March, May, July, September, and November. And during the even number of months, there's a VE testing session. There will be one next on the February. Let's see. Let's see. I got to check. February 4th. That's right. Next VE testing session. Also, next Saturday, January 14th at 11 a.m., we have our monthly meeting of the Stevenson County Repeater Association. We meet at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library. You're welcome to come and attend that meeting, too. Now we'll get into the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our Tech Net segment. Does anybody have any technical questions? What kind of antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of a radio do you want to get? Mobile, base, all mode, or what have you? you have technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions at this time? Okay, we'll move on to the Friday Night Fun at the DX Corner. This is where everybody, any DX reports they've made in contact with this week, you're free to bring them to our attention here on this net. Anybody have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Oh yeah, KD9MED. Oh good God, I forgot to ask you if you're on the repeater. Are you here, Jerry? If you are, do you have any DX reports?
This is KD9MED. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I was really touched by the tributes that you folks gave for Art tonight. No, Jimmy, I'm still beating the hell out of my 5-watt QRP radio here, and I made 78 new contacts this week, but they're all in the United States and Canada. And I'll probably keep doing that as long as I can get my quota of 10 new call signs every day with it. I'll keep doing it and see how long that lasts. I figure I'll run out sooner or later. Brief reset. It's definitely easier to do international DX with 50 watts than it is 5 watts. The most distant contact I made this week was N1PPP in Nice, California, and that's a distance of 1,800 miles, and that's a new grid square for me. It's in Northern California. I've been using Google Street View to drive around the neighborhood there, and indeed I can see why they call it Nice, California. KD9MED.
Okay, Terry. Well, congratulations on those 78 new contacts you made, and you made contact with that station in California. That's great. That's wonderful. Thanks. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for your the roundtable there. Does any other station have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Okay, I didn't make any DX reports this past this week, so we'll see what happens there. Also, don't forget about winter heat. This is a simplex contest on all bands: a 2 meter, 440, 6 meters, let's see, and what have you there. If you want more information, I'm sure that K9EPZ, even if he checks into this net, he'll give you the necessary information. You got to go to a certain website for that. So this contest runs throughout the month of January. So it's on the. Now this is a simplex contest. There's no repeaters involved. 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 6 meters. And 10 meters or what have you. So, okay. Any more? Does anybody else have any DX reports before we move on? Okay, let's go ahead with the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of ramp trading or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. It means mention prices over the air, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along? there be no swatting the traffic before we get to the round table. Are there any more stations I'd like to check at the Friday night fun at this time? You're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. If you just turn your radio on, you've been caught me in the mail for the last 41 minutes. This is your chance of checking the Friday night fun from anywhere in the region. What's now traffic, please call K9 GCR. Scott, K9YI in Monroe, that sounds like you. I'm having a hard time copying you. Can you go to the repeater output and the input frequency? I think I can copy you better there. I'll be stand by while you switch over. I'll go ahead and check you in. Okay, sounds good. We had to switch over to 195 because we got another repeater coming in. I think it was probably Metamora. So the band conditions must be good tonight. Oh, as long as I have you, what is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? Do you hope to buy new equipment? Well, I know you won't upgrade your license. You got that taken care of years ago. But are you planning on buying new equipment or putting up a new antenna, or what are you planning on doing? Okay, Scott, sounds good. I understand it. Okay, hey, thanks for checking in. I thought I'd get to you first because I don't know how long you'll be with us there. But you have a good evening. We'll definitely catch you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. Okay, that's Scott, K9YI. He's net control the Green County Areas Race. He's net with meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. It's a combination Aries Races and Ragtune net. Tune in, and if you haven't never heard that net before, find out there. So that sounds good. Okay, let's go ahead and continue with roundtable. Jamie, W9JTC, what is going on with you? What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You hope to upgrade your equipment or put up a new tower? What do you want to do?
Oh, good evening again there, Jimmy. No, I don't really need any more equipment. I think I've got plenty of equipment. Antennas, I'm pretty well set. I want to get my NFED put up. I keep playing with it. I'm going to put it up, and then it's like, I don't, and then I got to get that figured out. It's been sitting out there spooled up for probably well over a year now. So I'd like to get that done just so I have 80 and 160. I know I'll get 80 meters on it, but I don't know about 160. But yeah, that's probably it. I'd love to upgrade my license, but boy, I run into memory block on the extra class, so it's going to I need to just buckle down and do it. That's really just the bottom line. But thanks for asking, Jimmy, and thank you for the tribute tonight to Art. That was very nice, and I'm sure he's smiling from up above there. So thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. W9JTC, back to net.
You're welcome, Jamie, and thank you for giving me a call last night before the Northern Illinois Skywarn training. Of course, I had known about earlier from the Dan K9SAC. I hope, and let's not have any more silent keys this year. That's all I can tell you. It's an honor doing this, but I'll tell you the truth, people, this is kind of just starting to get a little bit old. I'll continue to do this, but then you know how I mean. I don't know. Thanks for Jamie, you have a good evening. We'll catch you on the Saturday evening right tune tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the 6-1 repeater. Okay, and Happy New Year to you, by the way. KD9QDB, Brian and Boyd, I hope you're still with us. Sorry about that. What's going on with you? What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You hope to upgrade your license, your equipment, or your antenna system? What do you want to do?
Yeah, good evening there, Jimmy. This is KD9QVB, Brian in Roscoe. And, I'm not a big one to make resolutions, but, I can have some goals, and I would say that one of the goals is to maybe work towards that extra license level, because I've had my general for a while now, and yeah, I could maybe work towards getting that extra, and that would just push me into getting a little deeper into this hobby. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been good. Sorry I haven't been on the Friday night group as much as consistent as I was in the beginning, but my wife and I, that tends to be one of the nights we can spend together doing whatever, so I got to balance the priorities. You people are all great to hang around with, but you know what? I got to live with the other one. So anyway, I'll turn it back to you. So KD9QEB, back to net control.
You better hope she didn't hear that last comment, or you'll be in the doghouse. I understand. Well, your family comes first there, Brian. You know that, and I know that. And after all, this is a hobby. So thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Den. And by the way, Happy New Year to you and your family. I'll talk to you down the hall.
Roger that.
Okay, Ricky, WX9RLT, net control of the Thursday evening Northern Illinois Skywarn training net on this repeater at 7 p.m. Ricky, what do you, as a New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator, what do you hope you want to do? Upgrade your license, upgrade your antenna system, buy new equipment? What do you want to do?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody out there. Not too much going on over this way. My New Year's resolution, I thought about it, and I think I'm going to do a third time's a charm. Upgrading the license to extra. I kind of really want to push that forward this year, so, and like I said, third time's a charm, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So definitely good to hear everybody out there, and definitely look forward to hearing everybody's New Year's resolution. So hopefully everybody had a safe and fun Happy New Year, and Happy New Year. Back to you, Jimmy, WX9RLT.
Okay, Ricky, sounds good. You know, by the way, since we're in the new year, and you being in the net control of the Skywarn training net, it won't be long until we hear some new information as to when the in-person Skywarn training nets will get underway. We'll definitely, if I hear anything from around here, we'll definitely let you and everybody else know. Thanks for taking in, Ricky. Okay, Scott, N9SBJ. What is going on with you? What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You want to upgrade your license, get new equipment, or what do you want to do?
SBJ, well, actually, Jimmy, I don't really need any new equipment whatsoever, at least right now. But, electronics when they go out. But, my New Year's resolution is to get everything situated and everything taken care of within my life and be able to get my extra class, and that's what I'm going for.
Okay, well, sounds good there, Scott. Well, good luck. Let's see what happens, and thanks for checking in. That noise, it's definitely a lot better than like when we talked last night or after midnight. but that noise is it's definitely a lot better now. So, okay. Scott, thank you for checking in. Happy New Year, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net whenever we have to have it on this repeater.
Hey, you take care, Jimmy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, K9MED Mike, who is live streaming this net around the world on the internet and recording it for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You want to upgrade your license and get new equipment? Maybe I shouldn't talk after the disaster you had a few weeks ago, but what do you say?
Well, don't really. As far as like radio, been pretty stable, and you're right. I mean, I've got New Year's resolution.
Sounds good there, Mike, and thanks for all you do. Let me know if you have any internet check-ins or what have you there. But, yeah, I hear you. So, I'm sure after the recent trouble you had, I'm sure you were probably not doing you want to think about buying any more new equipment. You got your ham shack back going again, that's great. 7-3, have a good evening, and thanks for all you do. And, okay, Chad, W9AXD. Before I ask the question, Chad, how did the Simplex net go last night?
Hi, Jimmy. Yeah, I was competing with the Rock County Areas Races meeting last night at the same time, so I only got WB9BBE in and out as a check-in, so didn't get too much last night. So as long as I'm on here, I'll just plug that real quick. I'm hearing a lot of stations on the input here tonight, and so I'd like to have some more people from Northern Illinois on my Rock County Simplex net Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. 146.400. It's a good bunch of guys on there, talk about anything basically. It's very informal, and it's a lot of fun. I'd like to invite everyone to check in. I'd like to hear people from Northern Illinois and more people from Southern Wisconsin check in here outside of Rock County. It'd be good. So, but yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, that sounds good, Chad. If you get a chance, when on Sunday nights with the Monroe, Wisconsin Aries net on 145, 110, you get PL 123.0 miles on, so you get a chance to check in, mention that net. I'm sure Scott, K9YI, and all the other guys in the Green Con would love to know about that net.
Yeah, roger that. I've been doing that when I check in on Sundays. And Scott checked in once in December here, but he has a lodge meeting on, I think it's the first Thursday of the month at 7, so can't do two things at once. But yeah, I did have Scott in here. So, yeah, I'd like to have people check in. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, hey, Chad, oh, by the way, were you able to catch the Saturday Night Fun Net this past Saturday night? New Year's Eve on 146.910. Well, maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know if you even had in that, because I wasn't picking them up. I wasn't picking up anything on that repeater at all this past Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think I turned the radio off packet, but I'm not on voice here. I have it over on packet 14503. Speaking of that, if anyone wants to get on packet from Northern Illinois down there, my station covers quite well, so it would be a good hop into Wisconsin here. I can get not regularly to Monroe, but I can go through a couple stations here to get to Monroe. Have a direct link to Madison, and so yeah, if anyone wants to do packet, keyboard or messaging on 145.03, I have a a note on there. Obviously, the mic call to be I9HF. So if anyone wants to check that out, feel free. So, but yeah, I didn't hear any fun net. I didn't even turn the radio on, so they might have had it. I think they did. They had the pink hamsters net, I guess tonight, but Erica didn't check into that either. So I know they had that last week.
Okay, sounds good, Chad. Well, hey, thanks very much for checking in. We'll wait and see if I can pick them up tomorrow night there. We'll see what of course, with that new starting time, of course, we got the Saturday evening rag tune net, which also starts at 8 o'clock on the 6-1 repeater. So we'll just see what happens. I'll bet you that doesn't last long. I'll bet you end up going back to your old starting time at 9 o'clock. Chad, thanks for checking in, and I got the K9VBX also put down. See, and Happy New Year to you, and we'll talk to you down the log. And thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
And what was that question? I'll answer that question real quick, too.
Oh, yes, thanks for reminding me. I was asking about as a New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator. Do you upgrade your license, your equipment, or put up buy a new antenna or a new antenna system? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm in extra class, so I don't need to worry about that. But since we just got the tower put up in November, I don't figure we need a new one of those. But me and a buddy coming up when it gets warmer, although this winter really hasn't been that bad. But when it, in the spring, early summer, buddy and my buddy up here, Scott, in Janesville, we're going to kind of sit down before that and kind of plan out some extra antennas, some side mounts stuff, and put up an HF wire, have an Alpha Delta X-ray Charlie 40 through 10. Want to get that on the air. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, to get the HF rig on the air. I've actually had a brand new TS 590 SG sitting here for a couple of years. Never turned it on. Never been on the air. Never had an antenna for it. So I'm looking forward to get that going. And also, let me reset. Also, I'm working on a couple of repeaters, I guess as if we really need them. But it's kind of fun to do that for me. So I'm going to put a GMRS system up. It's almost up here, but we got to get some cables connected and get the thing hooked up. Then I want to put a UHF repeater on the air on our tower under Erica's call sign with EchoLink on it, probably. And then when Wisconsin Association of Repeaters gets there, they're going to open up some more 2-meter pairs, 12.5 offset, kind of narrow banding a little bit. I'm going to put up one there that's going to link into my UHF machine in Madison, and that's going to be a system fusion / analog, so it can maybe expand system fusion off of the repeater here into Madison, because the one in Madison at the hospital, because of HIPAA and privacy and all that stuff, they don't really want us to have an internet connection hooked up to the repeater where people can get into their network and possibly steal patient information. So I definitely understand that. So no internet connection at that site, but I'm going to link the two systems together once we get that going. So we'll have a linked system fusion between Janesville and Madison. So looking forward to that. So I know it's kind of a lot of things planning, at least maybe out a couple of years for that. But this year, I just want to get my tower antennas improved and add some more and get on HF. So that's about it, Jimmy. Oh, and also I want to see if I can connect real quick with Ricky, if he's still on there.
Yeah, just let's see if he's still listening. WX9RLT, Ricky, are you still monitoring? WX9RLT, K9 GCR, are you still there, Ricky? Oh, I guess he stepped away from the radio. Okay, well, there'll always be another time there, so thanks for checking in.
Yep, you bet, Jimmy. No problem, buddy. And I never met Art, but it's always sad hearing a ham passes away. I lost a few ham friends in Milwaukee here last couple of years ago, and I miss those guys. So, Art, 7-3's buddy, and as Jimmy says, you're in the great ham station in the sky, so looking forward to joining you, well, not soon, but, you know, sometime. So keep a microphone ready for me, hi. So 7-3's Art, I wish I would have known you. But anyway, Jimmy, 7-3's, I'll be listening here to be I9HF.
Okay, Chad, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun in. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in and participating. Okay, Norm, K9RGG, are you still with us? Sorry to have to keep you waiting. What's going on with you? What New Year's resolution do you want to make as a ham radio operator? What, do you want to upgrade your equipment or antenna system? What do you want to do?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Jim, I guess my only resolution for this year is I'll try not to be a silent key, okay? But if I am, I expect a darn good send-off from you. And that's about it for me. It's cold down here in the shack, and I'll be hitting the sack.
Okay, Norm, sounds good. I know what you mean. I hope I don't have to do this again for quite some time there. We lost two ham radio operators within months of time there. Jerry Anderson, N9ZBI, and Art, N9NQD. So, Norm, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the line. Terry, K9MED. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You hope to buy new equipment or upgrade your antenna system? What do you want to do?
This is KD9MED. I just wanted to mention for all of you who are interested in upgrading your license this year, I really strongly recommend the ARRL exam review website. It's free registration. All the materials are there. You don't have to buy any books or anything. All the questions are there. All the answers are there, and they're sample exams. And you just drill it and drill it and drill it until you get your score up to around 80 or 90%, and then you're ready to take the exam. I found it a very easy way to breeze through the exams using the ARRL exam review website. Brief reset. Okay, I'll pick a couple of goals for this year that I know that I can achieve. I know that I'm going to reach 10,000 logged contacts sometime this year. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm going to switch my main rig over to a different software. I'm using this different software grid tracker on my QRP rig, and I like it so much that I'm going to switch my main rig over to that. Now that's a computer project that should take no more than an hour, so there is probably a 50% chance I'll finish that before the end of the year. Brief reset. You know, I've been thinking about when I'm going to go out and do a field operation of my own. And I've got a couple of radios now that are suitable for that kind of thing. And, there's so many aspects to it that I think about. I went out scouting for a location last week. I went to Alpine Park. There's a tall knob there, like a butte. And there's a shelter number 2 is up there, and you can rent that, and it's got electricity. It's $125 to rent it. That pretty much crossed it off my list. But other than that, seems like an ideal location for that kind of deployment. Anyway, that's something that I'm far less likely to do, but it would be nice. KD9MED.
Okay, Gary, sounds good. Well, good luck on your keep your New Year's resolution this year. I'm sure you will. So, okay, that definitely sounds good. I don't have to worry about renewing my license until a little more than a year from now. Mine will expire in May of 2024, and then at that time I'm going to have someone up who uses a computer that kind of help me out, just like with Richard N9ZO last year with Kurt K9N helped them out. So that sounds good there. Okay, have a good evening there, Kerry, and thanks for your DX report, and thanks for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, this is K9GCR, net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. I don't make New Year's resolutions anyway, so I don't know what I want to do yet. We'll see what happens. That concludes my list. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Unable to copy. You might want to increase your power or change location. I'm not here. I'm nothing but noise. Let's try that one more time, please. I'm sorry. I'm not able to copy you at all. I need somebody to relay. Let's try that one more time, please. Somebody please go to the input. Let's try that one more time.
It was Kilo Charlie 9, Charlie Foxtrot Lima, I believe, Jimmy.
K9CFL, okay. Hey, Kurt, thanks for the relay, and I'll put you down too. Mike, K9CFL, if you would try to increase your power, and let's try that one more time. I was going to ask the question: what do you want to do as a New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? What do you want to do? I'm sorry, Mike. I'm not able to copy you at all. I'll tell you what, 7-3, maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on the rag net on 6-1. We had to move the net here because the Memorial repeater was really causing problems tonight. I got you checked in anyway, Mike. 7-3, we'll talk to you tomorrow night. KD9MED, Kurt and Roscoe, Happy New Year to you. What's going on with you?
KC9GCR, KE9N. By the way, that last station, he said he didn't really have any resolutions or anything he wanted to do other than maybe get some help at his place. What am I doing, or what have I been doing? Well, I've been working on a radio, and I am in the process of painting the little white or red marks on the knobs. I got them clean, but they need to be restriped. So I'm trying to do that and not spill the paint as I'm talking to you, Jimmy. Let's see, what else? Oh, I got a few projects for this year. I'd like to put up, I think I want to put up a vertical that I'm making actually for 40 and 80 meters. I do have 40 and 80 meter capabilities right now with an inverted V, but I think I want to have a pretty decent vertical, and so I'm kind of in the process of building that. I got all the materials, but I'm kind of thinking about doing that. I've got a few other radios to fix, some older ones, and they're somewhat minor fixes, but I want to get those fixed up. I think I'm going to start selling off some of my radio stuff, and that just takes a little time, clean them up, make them look like new and work like new, but I got a couple to work on. Other than that, I don't know. Well, other than, being part of Rah-Rah and, doing field day and different activities and doing the ham rag, I kind of got my hands full enough. I don't have time to get in trouble, let's put it that way.
I hear you on that, Kurt. I hear you on that. So What do you hope to, what is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? What, this year, what do you hope to do?
I don't really have a New Year's resolution per se. I just try to help hams with a little bit of experience I've gotten, so they don't have to necessarily go down the same road. And I try to lend a hand that way and get them a little educated. By the way, Jimmy, did you hear about the two guys walking through the woods?
No, I did not.
Well, these two guys are walking through the woods, and one guy, finally, he kind of looks back, and he tells the other guy, he says, hey, we got to get out of here. There's a bear there. And he looks back again, he says, that bear's coming after us. We got to run. So they're running, and the guy looks back again, he says, that bear's running faster than us. We're going to have to run faster. And the other guy looked at him, he says, I don't necessarily have to run faster, I just have to run faster than you.
That's pretty good. That's great there. I enjoyed that. Thanks.
No problem. Other than that, I'm just busy with ham radio, usually with rah-rah, and, you know, like I said, trying to help out a few people that ask some questions and fix my own stuff. I do operate, obviously. I operate HF and, of course, VHF here. So, you know, between that and just your usual family commitments and different things, I'm involved about as much as I need to be, I guess. So other than that, Jimmy, that's it. I'll be listening, by the way. In fact, we got about another, 15 or 20 minutes, and probably my neighbor Dean will check in. But I'll be listening. KC9GCR, KE9N.
Okay, sounds good. He might be checking in earlier, too. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Kurt, for checking in. Happy New Year to you. So, and thanks for all you do. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Are there any more stations I'd like to check in at this time? Please call now.
K9GCR, KD9HWK.
K9R.
Okay, stand by. KD9HWK and AI9R. Okay. AI9R, I'll get back to you in a couple minutes. Matt, K9HWK, Happy New Year to you. What's going on with you?
Happy New Year to you, Jimmy. Not a whole lot. Just trying to stay out of the cold as much as possible.
I hear you. I'm asking the question tonight, since we're in a new year now. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? What do you want to do? Upgrade your equipment or antenna system or what have you? What do you want to do?
I tell you, Jimmy, my wife and I just bought a house down in Tennessee with an 1.5 acre lot, so I'll probably be putting up some type of a tower, and I'm not sure on the antennas yet.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what. When do you think you're going to be moving?
About a month.
Well, I'll tell you what. You make sure you check into the Friday Night Fun Net, and because we got the Mike K9MED live streams this net on the internet, and it's also he also records on the Friday Night Fun Net's central Facebook page there. So we have a few stations who still check in, even though they moved to different parts of the country there. So you do that, will you please?
You got it, Jimmy. No problem. That'll definitely have to happen.
Okay, and Matt, thanks for all you do during the Monday evening Kishwaukee Hams Radio Company, and thank you for putting me down as an honorary check-in and mentioning the Friday Night Fun Net.
Yeah, no problem. I will be net control coming Monday and the following Monday, and that will be my last net control for the KARC Monday Night Net.
Okay, so 73's Matt. Thanks for all you do. We'll definitely look forward to hearing you this coming Monday night. Thank you. So, okay. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. K9R, what is going on with you?
Not much of anything, Jimmy. Just sitting here. I'm trying to check into the awful ugly net, which they finally did recognize me. But I'm just doing some computer work and just listening over.
Okay, sounds good there, Tom. I'm asking the question. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You hope to upgrade your antenna system or your equipment? You hope to buy more new equipment? What do you want to do this year?
I'm in the process of looking for an amplifier. I want to get an amplifier for the ICOM. I've got three radios here that don't work, and I'm going to get rid of two of them, I think. They work, but they don't work like I want them to, so I've got a Signet 270 and a Kenwood 820S.
Okay, well, good luck. I hope you can get rid of them. That's for sure. Anything else you want to bring up before the net?
Nope. Anybody know how to fix a Kenwood 530S? That sounds like you're talking through a microphone. I'd appreciate that too. Over. Not a microphone, a fan. Steve up in Minnesota told me that.
Sounds good there, Tom. Okay, let's hope everything works out for you. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and don't be a stranger. Check in as often as you can.
Roger, Roger. Have a Happy New Year, Jimmy, and we'll talk to you later. AI9R.
Comment.
Happy New Year to you and your family. Talk to you down the line. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now.
KPZ after a comment that came in before me.
Okay, I'll go ahead and check in. K9EPC. Okay, I'll go ahead with your comments.
My comment. Somebody called comment before you came up and called for check-ins.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, station with a comment. Go ahead.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Kurt, KE9N. Is Tom AI9R, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, Kurt.
I think you said you had, what, a 530? Is that right?
Yeah, we got hit by lightning, and the 530 had something happen, and Steve up there, W0QUZR, said it sounds like I'm talking through a fan when I talk on it.
Okay, never mind. I didn't know about the get hit by lightning thing. Well, something failed somewhere. Otherwise, I was going to say, if you've got a processor in there, if you turn the processor up, it'll pick up an awful lot of background noise, and it'll sound that way, but it sounds like it's a little more serious than that. Over.
Well, I can try the processor too, but I don't know. It's off in the corner right now. That's Bonnie's radio, and she wanted something that glows in the dark, so I bought her that 530. It was working great, and then we got lightning came down the VHF antenna and kind of took everything out.
Okay, well, I don't have any ideas for you, but I just thought I'd mention that. Jimmy, I'll turn it back to you. And did I hear you right that you said Art NQD, he passed away?
Yes, he did, Kurt. He, come to find out, I first got a call from Dan, KD9SAZ, on the phone yesterday morning. They found the Rockford PD had to break into his house. They found him dead. And then I guess he had passed. I think a couple days ago they found him dead, and they were trying to make some unsuccessful welfare checks and what have you. Because I got, about a couple weeks ago, I got a phone call asking me when the
contact
net last. I told him it was December 9th. Yeah, the coroner determined that he died on the December 30th. There.
Okay, Tom, you had a comment?
Yeah, W9EVT up on Washington Island. George, he died on the 21st, over.
Yeah, I heard about that. Back to you, Jimmy.
Oh boy, that is definitely unfortunate. So I don't know what to tell you. I hope I don't have to do any more silent keys this year. But yeah, ain't that the way it goes here? But yeah, I'm definitely sorry to hear that.
That's all I've got, Jimmy.
Tom, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Like I said, don't be a stranger next time. So, okay, Al, K9EPZ, what's going on with you? What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? It sounds like a stupid question. I'm hoping for your sake you get your antenna system upgraded or whatever so you can get back on the HF again.
Yeah, that's the plan. Probably won't happen till spring, but I definitely plan to get my antennas working again. Yeah, it's getting crazy. I can't talk on HF. So yeah, that is the New Year's resolution. Other than that, I've been working winter heat. If anybody doesn't realize, it's been going now for the last 7 days. Winter heat is a exercise in simplex communications and determining your simplex capability and range. And it's going to be going on until the 31st of January. More information is at hamactive.com, and it's a lot of fun. I've made, I don't know how many, I've already made like 300 contacts already.
This is K9 GCR with the Friday Night Fun at the W9AXD Repeater Rockford transmitting for Friday Night Fun at Central and Freeport. Yeah, I switched over to 147.525 the other night, and I'd see if I could pick up anybody. No, so far, no stations there.
Yeah, there aren't too many people up in your area or anything that are on it. Most of the people that, as far as north, or at least north of Rockford area, are all to the east, like Harvard and Crystal Lake and that area there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, maybe the band conditions will get good again. We'll see what happens. I might be able to make a contact. Al, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll definitely talk to you tomorrow night on the Rag2Net.
Okay, Jim, I will say for the last several days I've been talking just about every day to a gentleman in Iowa City, Iowa, which is not the furthest I've ever talked, but I've talked simplex all the way to South Dakota. But Iowa City, Iowa isn't too close here. It's about 125 miles.
Yeah, we used to. When we used to go camping along the Mississippi River, we used to know some good people who lived there from around the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and what have you. They had a cabin. They were a few doors down from us. They were great people. So it took us 1 year. They took us on a pontoon ride and what have you. That was great. So, okay, Al, thanks for checking in. 7-3. Have a good evening. I'm sure we'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Okay, Jim. Yeah, we'll be around. KD9EPZ. Back to that.
Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry and Rockton.
AC9GO, Larry and Rockton. Happy New Year to you and your family. What's going on with you? I'm asking a question. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You hope to get a new antenna system, buy new radio equipment, or what do you want to do?
Oh, I'll probably fiddle with the antenna a little bit, and maybe do a little change in it. But my resolution is to just do more ham radio. How's that? I'm going to try some new things this year, and I'm looking forward to it, and hope to be involved with the both field days. January field day is coming up pretty quick, and of course the one in June as well. In fact, Kurt probably has the info on the January one, and maybe he can give us that info. Anyhow, Happy New Year, Jim, and I hope you have a great year. KC9GL, back to net.
Thank you very much, Larry, and I appreciate it. I hope you have a Happy New Year too. I hope you have a good year too. And thanks for all you do with the Tuesday evening health and tech net and what have you. And thanks to the other Larry, K9KGT, for the great job he does with CW nets and what have you. So that sounds good. Thanks for checking in, Larry 73. Any more stations you want to check at the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO. Good evening, Dean, and Happy New Year to you and your family. What's going on with you?
Good evening, Jimmy and everybody else. Oh, I'm just having fun watching the House of our government work, let's put it that way. They're voting again as we speak for the 14th time, so it's very interesting. So that's what's happening here, just entertaining myself. Went down to Rockford to one of the clubs for fish fry, and that was our big excitement for the evening. Otherwise, I think that's all that pops into mind, at least for today. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Okay. Oh boy, ain't that a joke? I'll tell you what. I've been watching it too off and on. In fact, I got all right. I got one TV tuned to C-SPAN. I got the one here at the ham shack, here at the radio desk, listening, watching the news on the Channel 39, the local news. Dean, before I turn it over to you, you can get back to Kurt. He's listening. What is your New Year's resolution as far as the ham radio goes? Do you want to upgrade your equipment, your antenna system? What do you want to do?
I think I'm pretty well saturated there. I've met and exceeded my limits, according to the wife especially. So the wallet is closed probably for a long time, and kind of yeah. All I want to do is just keep everything working, and I'll be very happy for the 2023 year there, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good there, Dean. I don't make any New Year's resolutions, so I'm happy with what I have here. Okay, you go back to Kurt KE9N. He's listening there, so go ahead.
Hey, Kurt, how's it going tonight? Nice, beautiful night out there. Do you have the tube on to the event?
K9FLO, KE9N. No, I've totally disregarded the TV. I have not watched or anything like that. But, you know, you brought up something, you and Jimmy, with the question to you about, you know, what would you do with ham radio, like New Year's resolutions or anything you'd buy for this year. And I'm going, well, that neighbor of mine, Dean, he just got like a 9% raise with the Social Security, and you'd think us hardworking folks down the hill who are still paying Social Security, you know, you don't need anything. Why don't you just buy us something?
On behalf of the many Social Security recipients probably listening, I appreciate it, and please don't stop. And so I am trying to do my, unfortunately at this point of the stage is more going towards the insurance companies and things like that. That's something you get a lot of fun to look forward to.
Well, I actually am on Medicare, so I deal with that, although I don't have a problem with that. But, you know, and then I thought about it, and I thought, well, if Dean was going to buy something for a fellow ham down the hill, he would have to clear it with the office upstairs, meaning your wife. And I think I'm still on her good side, and I really don't want to end up on the bad side. So why don't we just skip that whole subject till next year sometime?
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's something that's, let's say, probably be real quiet this year, especially if something breaks. Haven't you spent enough time fixing this or fixing that? And I guess at this point it's more of problems with software. Well, why doesn't this work? And what's going on here? And yeah, I mean that always goes on, and that's part of you know. But she'll say also, you know, don't you have something to do downstairs to work on, like a radio or something? I have that a lot of times occurring. So yeah, that's the other side of it. So otherwise, no big amendments or any changes, or looking forward to the year. Just make it through the year is going to be a great event too. So I'm going to go for that. Probably, I don't know. Really haven't given it much thought. That's another world there. Whatever she wants, it's a go. K9N, K9FLO.
Yeah, isn't that the case? I kind of have the same situation here, but I have no plans to buy anything. Gosh, I'm trying to get rid of stuff. Yeah, make it through another year. That's probably the best resolution. You know, and someone mentioned earlier they don't want to be a silent key. Well, none of us really want to be a silent key, but we're going to end up that way sometime. But, you know, my old saying is, when I die, I don't want much. Maybe a simple funeral, just like old King Tut's.
It is true, and they can buy whatever they need at Menards, for sure. Yeah, very interesting of that, saying that. Yesterday I went to a visitation, and I'm going to one tomorrow, and then I got another one in a couple weeks. So this has been an interesting year so far, and everybody's in my age range, and just not something you want to do, but it's always a surprise. You know, that's something nobody can plan on. It seems like that your time comes, it's going to happen. But anyway, sorry, we're supposed to be talking about a new year there, Jimmy. Back to you, Kurt.
Yeah, you know, I ran into that last week. There was a gal that was in my sister's class. Now, she's 2 years older than me, but she was part of a group that my sister had with about, I don't know, I'd say about 6 different girls. And, they were cheerleaders, and they would take turn coming over to the house doing potluck before the basketball games or football games or whatever it was. So I got to know the gal, fairly well, and she had a sister and brother, and I knew her folks. And, you know, when you're from a real small town, everyone's kind of part of the family because you just end up that way. Anyhow, the point would be that I knew she had Parkinson's disease, and she was actually in a center in Huntley, you know, like a care center. And then my sister called me, about 3 days ago now, and she said this gal's name was Carol, and she says, yeah, Carol passed away. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Nope. And, well, she ended up, I guess, having pneumonia, and then she went to the hospital, and things kind of went downhill from there. But, you know, I felt kind of bad. I thought, gee whiz, I go to Huntley every once in a while. Even though she wasn't in my class, I knew her, I mean, relatively well. And, you know, you always think, well, I'll stop someday. Well, someday, of course, isn't going to occur. But it's really scary when people are passing away that are your age and even sometimes a little younger. Well, why don't we get on a better subject? I think I'll turn it back to Jimmy, and he'll find something else to talk about that'll make us all smile. KC9GCR, KE9N.
Hey, that's you know, this is one thing I always look forward to every Friday night. You guys are right tune. It don't make any difference. I think everybody's checked in who's going to check in anyway. But I just say you carry on for as long as you wanna. We're not going anywhere. It's Friday night. This NES has gone longer than 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. And when we were on the 255 repeater, we were like sometimes it'll go 4 hours or maybe longer than that. So it don't matter. But this is great. If you guys want, just go ahead and carry on.
Got a question for Kurt. Let other people talk, Jimmy. I mean, I've kind of talked enough, and I talk to Dean almost every day anyhow. So here it is, the second time today. Gee whiz, pretty soon we're going to start looking like each other.
Got a question for Kurt.
He was trying to get in. Other station, come on back.
I had a question for Kurt.
Yes, go ahead.
Kurt, I was going to ask you, since you're from Sterling, did you ever go over to the Al and Lita's Pizzaville there on, I think it was like 4th Street?
Okay, now wait a minute. You said I was from where?
Aren't you from Sterling?
Oh, I grew up in Stillman Valley.
Okay, never mind. Forget the question.
Owe us all a pizza for that one.
Right. I brought it up because I used to go there. It was really good pizza, and I was thinking it was Sterling. But anyway, Stillman sounds good, too. I don't know any restaurants there. K9FLO.
Okay, guys. Hey, this is great tonight. So you guys have a good evening. We'll definitely catch you guys down the hall. Excuse me. Okay. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have the trivia segment tonight. We'll pick it up again next Friday night at this time. I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area here. In about 20 minutes, at 10 o'clock, if you're able to pick up the 443750 repeater in Chicago, PL 114.8 to plus offset, the Night Watch net is held. That net runs 7 nights a week. This past Sunday night, I was able to get in and check into that net. That was not that bad. First, the New Year's Day night, I was able to check into that net. So sometimes that net runs an hour and a half, or almost 2 hours. It all depends on how many check-ins you get on who is net control. So, okay, Night Watch net in about 20 minutes at 10 o'clock on the 443.750 repeater in Chicago with a PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot get in that repeater, they do have EchoLink capabilities. Don't forget the Saturday evening rank tune net tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater with the yours truly, K9GCR, as your net control operator. We go around 3 or 4 times to talk about different subjects or what have you. you can bring up a topic, or net control can bring up a topic there too. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night on 146.610 Repeater, Saturday RagTunet. And if you are able to pick up the 146.910 Repeater in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset, there is a Saturday night fun that which takes place. Now, I don't know, a couple weeks ago they changed the starting time to 8 o'clock. I don't know how well that's going to go over, but that has a lot more structure than this one, and some you got to check in certain ways. Some of the topics they bring up, I wouldn't even consider bringing up on this net. So, okay. Do you see Greene County Aries Races net meets on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 Repeater in Monroe, Wisconsin, with a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott K9YI, who checked in this net earlier, is net control of that net. It's a combination Aries Races and RagTunet. The Big Thunder Amps Radio Club holds this Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 Repeater in Belvedere, the PL 100.0 plus offset. I was able to check in that net last Sunday night. The net control was telling me my signal was beautiful, so I figured the bands were enhanced. Of course, they were when I checked into the Night Watch net last Sunday. Okay. The Whiteside County Aries Races Group holds its Sunday evening net also at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 Repeater in Sterling with a PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Okay, and don't forget Monday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 146.610 Repeater, we have the weekly rah-rah info net. Larry, K9KCT, and I share the duties in net control operator. He ran the net last Monday, and I'll do it this coming Monday night. The Lee County Aries Races Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 Repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club net, Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on a 146.730 Repeater in DeKalb with a PL 100.0 minus offset. Let's see. K9HWK will be net control this week, and this coming Monday night, and the following Monday he'll be net control. That'll be his last net that he'll run, because he and his wife are moving down to Tennessee. Okay, Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Here, on the 146.610 Repeater in Rockford, PL 114.8 minus offset. The Tuesday evening health and tech net is held. Larry, H9GO and Roxton's your net control operator. We ask questions. Anybody has any, we ask everybody how they're doing health-wise, and if anybody has any technical questions. At the same time, at 7 p.m., on the 145.450 Repeater in the Janesville with the PL 123.0 minus offset, the Rock County Aries Races Group is held. Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 Repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. Ogle County Amps Radio Net for Aries Skywarn is held. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 Repeater with the PL 114.8 plus offset, and I host the Wednesday evening the Steams County Aries net on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Then the Greater Beloit Amps Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with PL 123.0 plus offset. I regret to say I'm not able to get into that repeater. Also at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the duties of net control operator. Mel ran the net this past Wednesday, and I'll be net control operator this coming Wednesday. We have the ARRL audio news. It's a 15-minute independent news broadcast of both entirely the amateur radio. If you want to hear that news broadcast, go to ARRL.org or whatever it is. You can hear the broadcast. That's a broadcast from the Friday of the previous week. So tonight's broadcast. Mel will rebroadcast it this coming Wednesday night on our swap net. Then Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Well, actually, you got 2 or 3 nets. First of all, here on this repeater at 7 p.m., we got the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net with Ricky, WX9RLT. Immediately following that net, we do the Thursday Health and Tech net with yours truly, K9GCR. Also, at 7 p.m., on the 146,400 simplex frequency, Chad, W9HF has his simplex net. If you do not do anything, why don't you do a quickie? Check into the Skywarn training net, then switch over to the 146,400 and check into Chad's net. Then come back here for the Thursday evening Health and Tech net with your truly K9GCR. Do it that way. And those of you on HF, the senile net is held every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu, or at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. local time with Chuck, WD9BB, as your net control operator. Okay, now you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local club. Okay, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
KC9GCR. Alpha Kilo 9 Foxtrot, David, mobile and Beloit tonight, no traffic.
AK9F, Dave, mobile. Good evening and Happy New Year to you. I'm asking questions. What is your New Year's resolution as a ham radio operator? You want to upgrade your equipment or your antenna, or what do you want to do?
I want to try to get my hex beam up this spring so I can use it. I've had it sitting in the van for a year and a half and still haven't got it up. Used it a couple of times on the ground, but that's all. Over.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Okay, I'll let you go so you can concentrate your driving. Happy New Year to you and your family, and thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun net.
KC9GCR, W3MBX, mobile, no traffic.
W3MBX, Matt, mobile. What's going on? How did the game come out, or don't you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was freshman lost, JV won, varsity lost, and no problems. That's always a good thing when you're trying to keep order to everything.
Well, they say Rockford East got a good team this year. That's for sure. I'll probably watch some of the highlights on the news here. So, okay, Matt, as a ham radio operator, what is your New Year's resolution as far as a ham radio operator? I know you want to upgrade your license, but anything else you would like to do this year?
Yeah, I want to upgrade my license and then poke around in an HF rig, and I'll give you a shout sometime. Come over and check out your 718. And Kurt's invited me over before to do some QSO party, or whenever they have something like that, and just kind of get a feel for what I really want to do on the HF side.
Okay, sounds good, man. With that, yeah, like I said, you go to HR Home Milwaukee, you get to find out maybe you might get a good deal on this. I'm definitely happy with mine. Okay, I'm gonna let you go so you can concentrate on your driving. 7-3, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, are there any more stations you'd like to check in at this time? Please go now.
Alpha Hotel 2 Ida, checking in.
Well, hello, stranger. Brad. Alpha Hotel 2 India. And, folks, he and I started the Friday Night Fun Net back in 2008. Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Jim. Doing well. It's been a long time since I've used the radio. Charged up this portable radio of mine, so I hope I'm making the repeater okay. I've been listening for a little while, and wanted to mention that somebody mentioned Diana. Her name's Diana White. Her call sign is NM9I. She's living in Arizona now. She did start the original Rockford area 2-meter head on the 610 repeater. But actually, she took it over from another ham, probably in the 80s. I want to say the 1980s. Somebody could correct me on that. Let me break. Anyway, she has an interesting story a lot of people don't know. She was mentioned in a not by name, but her account was verified later on. She was the first spotter to see the tornado that developed, I believe it was on August 28th or 29th. I think it was the 28th of 1990. That was the supercell that produced the Plainfield tornado, an F5 twister that took 29 lives and injured over 300. She tried to report it on the ham radio at first, but nobody answered. I don't think they had any kind of formal net or anything going on, and this was 33 years, almost 33 years ago. So she ended up driving to the local forecast weather office in Rockford, which they had, which was in operation still at the time. Let me break. And she went in because she was part of the Skywarn, and as the races and all that was going on back then, Aries was too, I'm sure. Well, actually, I don't think Aries was around until the following year. But anyway, she reported it to meteorologist Ron Field, who notified Chicago, KLOT, and warnings forecaster Jim Alsop. That's an interesting story. Another interesting story a lot of people don't know is there was a reference book, and it used to be in the Rockford Public Library. I don't know if it still is. And it was written in around 1995-ish. And it's a radio station reference guidebook of Valley. It's called Valley Voices, and it's no longer in print. I'd love to get a copy of it. And it was written by a then local ham, I don't think he's living in the area anymore, named John K9RFD. So I thought you'd like to hear that story too. And one more break. This is AH2I. The only thing I was going to mention is people are wanting to upgrade their license and what have you. I've been hearing a lot of that tonight, and I think that's great. I was licensed as a novice in 1998, and then I upgraded to my Tech Plus in 1999 when I was a teenager, 41 today. So, yeah, go for it. Why not? I mean, we didn't have the resources of like the online testing and things like that back then.
that's around now. I got my extra in October of 2000. October, 2000 it was. So it was 23 years ago. And, you know, go for it. Ham it up. Don't let anything stop you. I was encouraged by an old Elmer of mine, several of them, that are no longer living, unfortunately, to go do it and to even get it a ham radio. One of them was Tony Turner, KD9MED, Bravo Bravo. Another one was Paul Special, W6UOE, who didn't live far from me. Both SK now again. And go for it. One more comment. I know there's not VE testing going on in the area anymore. Somebody told me about that. And if you're somebody who can't travel, you're immobile, or it's like a hardship for you for some of the VE testings around the area, I did look it up, and there is virtual testing in some places. You can actually take your test at home on the computer while you're being watched if you have a camera. And there are a lot of strict guidelines for that. I don't know what they all are, but I know they're there. I got my GROL about 10 years ago, and I was the first ham to take a virtual commercial FCC test through a COLEM, they called it, COLEM, in 2017, and that was when I upgraded to get the ship radar endorsement, which was the Element 8 exam. But I did take the GROL test in person at NTS Rockford. I think they still do commercial radio testing. And I did that, I think it was in 2013, as I recall, somewhere in that area. And I used the old number 2 pencil Scantron sheet test. Then to the virtual testing in 2017, and I did that through U.S. Captain's Training, and the guy who is the COLEM or whatever for that he's also a ham radio operator. He's in Michigan, so he does Coast Guard licenses, and then he does the FCC commercial licenses too. Now those tests cost more, but they're for, like professional licenses. But I still consider, like the rest of us, amateur radio is a professional amateur license, I call it. So I've always called it that. So anyways, I just want to encourage everybody to go do it. If it's your New Year's resolution, why not? I think I was 18 when I got my extra class, and it was a great accomplishment. I enjoyed it. I did like the 5 and 13 word a minute code test. Well, there's a long story to that. I took a 13 words first, as I recall, because they were using the cassette tapes back then, and then they put the wrong, they did 13 word a minute test, and so I took that and passed it, and then, on from there. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that, and thanks for letting me get on the net. I was surprised to hear everyone that I heard wanting to go for upgrades. I think that's terrific. Back to you, Jim. This is AH2I.
Thank you very much, Brad. This is just like old times. You being long-winded. I don't mean that as an offensive, be offensive there, but just like when we used to talk on the radio years ago on the old Midnight Net. Yeah, I was asking the question as a ham radio operator. What do you want to do? You want to upgrade your equipment or what have you there? I mentioned Diana White. We had a ham radio operator pass away. That was Art N9NQD. He passed away exactly one week ago, and we did a tribute. We did a 1 minute all keys down moment of silence and a last call in his honor.
Well, that's good, Jim. And I knew him, and I don't know if I ever met him or not, but I did hear him on the radio from time to time throughout the years. I know he goes back a ways, much before me. When I was in middle school in the early 1990s, there was a girl in our class who was a ham, and I remember in science class her project demonstration for an assignment was sending Morse code using a flashlight, and then she had someone holding a mirror, and it was reflecting the light. Now, or I think she was using a flashlight or a laser light or something like that. But anyway, that was really interesting. That was kind of what I first heard about it, and I didn't know I'd ever get a license myself. So anyway, like I say, that was back when they had the novice license, and you would upgrade from there, and there was about 7 license classes at the time, and all of that. I still got the advanced study book, because I was starting to dig into that, and then they announced the changes to in the year 1999. So just all of that I do remember, but it goes back a ways. I know you've been a ham for almost 20 years, Jim. So that speaks for something. So there's an old saying that I was told a long time ago, and that's us hams don't quit, we just die. And that's the awful truth of it. But it's also good too. It's one of those hobbies that we tend to stick with and for life, for most of us, or at least maintain our licenses, So, that's a good thing. Anyway, I don't know if you've got anybody else wanting to hop on and check in, but I'm glad my little portable radio is working well. I hope I'm getting in the repeater okay. So, KC9GCR, this is Alpha Hotel 2 Ida. Glad you're still keeping it up, Jim. Good job.
Thank you, Brad. Yeah, you're getting to the repeater with no problem whatsoever. Hold on there, Brad. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central Air Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at?
Hey, it's lockdown time, KE9N.
You're right about that, Kurt. Yeah, Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown at this very moment. Every night, Kerry, K9MED, was telling me he listens to the jail frequencies on a scanner. He was, every night, exactly 10 o'clock, the dispatch calls the correctional officer, lockdown, lockdown. All the jailbirds are being put to bed now. Nighty-night. Brad, thank you for checking in. A long time no hear. Don't be a stranger. People, this guy and I started the Friday Night Fun Net way back in the 2008 after Diana White decided to give up the old 2-meter net there. It kind of went bye-bye. Brad got this idea to start a fun net, and this is all his idea, folks, not mine. He came up with the name and what have you. So, Brad, thank you very much.
Hi, Brad. AI9R.
How you doing? I think that's Tom. That voice sounds familiar. A blast of the past. But yeah, we did, Jimmy. But you're the one who's been keeping it going for everybody. And I know they come on your net to talk to you. Not people like me, but that's great. So you keep hamming it up, and good to hear you, Tom. And yeah, that's what it's all about. But yeah, I remember the night you first got on the radio, 2004, I think it was. I think it was 2004. So you're going to be coming up on your 20th in another year from now. A thought to ponder, anyway. But yeah, I remember when we came up with the net, when we started it, and geez, I wish I was that young again. I think we all do. Anyway, this is Age Dry.
Okay, sounds good, Brad. Well, listen, I gotta get going. I want to see if I get any more check-ins here. We'll probably be getting ready to wrap it up here. But thank you very much for checking in, Brad. This is great. Like it's a long time no hear. If you get a radio going in your house, get up and put up a good antenna. Maybe we'll talk again, just like we used to be. We don't have to use the telephone.
You got it, Jim. Do it to it. and great to hear everyone. By the way, I went to electronics. I took an electronics program in 2001, and I actually finished it. I graduated from it the following year, and there were these kits. It was kind of a correspondence program, and they would send these kits that you would have to assemble, these PCP boards, these components, surface mount technology. And I had a gentleman, AB9, I can't remember his call, but his name was Will. AB9DY, that was the Delta Yankee. I don't know if he's still around or not, or if he's still living or whatever, but I hope he is. But he helped me solder. He taught me how to solder, and what have you, helped me with the kits. And it wasn't until about 3 years ago or so, I think it was about 3 years ago, I never understood why I could never read the color code bars on the resistors. And when I went in for an eye checkup, they told me that I was partially red-green colorblind. So I guess that would do it. Just a funny story for you. So I struggled with that. I really did, but I did make it through it. So that was really ironic. And then now to learn all these years later why I was having such a hard time with some of that. This is H2I. Do it to it, Jim. Good to hear you.
Sounds good, Brad. Thanks for everything that you do and everything that you did in the past. You have a good evening. We'll definitely talk to you down the log. Case on GCR. Are there any more stations that would like to check in the Friday night fun at this time? You're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. If you just came home, turned the radio on, you've been copying the mail for the last 2 hours and 7 minutes. This is your chance to check in the Friday night fun net from over the region with your traffic piece of call Case on GCR. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN-FN 232-3636. Local Freeport number. If you're on the 60, if you can't hear the repeater because you're too far away from it, the conditions are bad, or you don't have internet access, give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. You've seen pictures of it. It's a traditional red desktop touchstone telephone. We've had no hotline check-ins tonight. When I'm transmitting, if you hear that phone ring, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. So that's that's about it. Also, this net is being recorded for a future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. As soon as I get done, I'll tell my K9MED to go ahead and post it. Let me reset. Then you'll hear this net. You'll hear the tribute to Art N9NQD. By the way, this is the time that he would normally used to check in at this time during the 10 o'clock hour. He would ask what number are you, and I would tell him what number he was, and I'd tell him or what have you. So that's pretty good. Listen to the Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, and all night, every night. Every night is Friday night with the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Listen to the Friday Night Fun Net every night of the week. Okay, any more stations who want to check in at this time, please call now. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the Absher's code. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, 1. The Absher is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasures of others. 2. The amateur's oil. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and his support to his fellow radio amateurs, the local club, and to the American Radio Relay League, to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly, slow and patient sending when requested, friendly advice and counsel to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he holds at his home, his job, his school, or his community. And 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony K9RFD always says, something to live by not only on the radio but throughout life itself. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun then when we're not able to use the 6-1 repeater, as was the case tonight. I'm going to run down the list of stations that have checked in so far during the net. I've had no early check-ins, and so all check-ins took place during the net. KD9SAZ, K9KZT, H9NW, N9GBP, KD9HKX, K9ZIP, N9BWM, Bruce, long time no hear from him, K9QPL, N9CNW, W9JTC, KD9OVB, Brian and Boyd, WX9RLT, Ricky, N9SBJ, Scott, K9MED, Mike, who was live streaming this net on the internet and recording it on the future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. W9AXD Janesville, KD9VBX, K9RGG Norm, K9MED Gary, myself, K9GCR, net control, and our silent key check-in, N9NQD. May you rest in peace, buddy. K9YI, K9CFL, KE9N Colonel Roscoe, KD9HWK, Matt, and Sycamore, AI9R, K9EPZL, H9GO, and K9FLO, Dean Roscoe, AK9F, W3MBX, and last but certainly not least, Brad, AH2I. So, okay, we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 on-air check-ins. Of course, one silent key check-in to leave the grand total of 31 check-ins. Not bad for the first Friday of the new year. This is great. Are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws. Be sure you tell your neighbors across the street next, down the street next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell the be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. And your bank when you sure you tell your bank teller when you go to the bank to get your checks cashed or what have you. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO, your garage mechanic, and your used car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday night fun. That more check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. I'm sorry, folks, we don't take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you take a knee or quench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. And if you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's all there is to it. Any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Oh, yes, I gotta do my honorary check-ins. Let's see. All right. N9ARB, Tony, REC, here in Stevens County. I'll see him tomorrow night at the State Line After Radio Club meeting. This better have Tracy. N9TAB. HC honorary check-in. Okay, and we mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. A9. Sugar Fox. H. Scott, HC honorary check-in. K9FEO. Justin, HC honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO in Belvedere, HC honorary check-in. W9AXD HC honorary check-in. This Kevin says you'll bring me a desk mic next week, and we'll see what happens. Okay. AC9. JZ, HC honorary check-in. Okay. KD9LOA. Brandon, HC honorary check-in. KD9OVJ, HC honorary check-in. Total of 40 check-ins. Well, folks, it was a great turnout tonight. Not bad for the first Friday night of the New Year. So, with that, it was a great topic tonight. I wish you luck and keep your New Year's resolution as far as ham radio operators go. Okay, one moment, please. At this time, are there any more? Okay, this is the last call. Excuse me. Last call for any station who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region with or without traffic. Please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw.
Jimmy, what was the call sign for the guy that died?
Participating. This concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, January 6, 2023, with a total of, let's see, 40 check-ins overall. So, I want to thank everybody for checking in. I'm now going to close down this net and return the repair and the frequency of normal land radio use at 10:21 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 hours, 21 minutes Zulu time. Thanks everybody for checking in. This net is now closed, and repair is now open for normal land radio use. 7-3 everybody. This is K9 GCR wishing you all a very pleasant good night, Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas to those of you of the Orthodox faith. This is K9 GCR Clear 7-3s. Good night.
Hey, Jimmy, what was the call sign of the guy that died?
November 9, November, Quebec, Delta, N9NQD, Art.
Roger, thank you much.
Okay, well, K9MED, K9MED, K9 GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead, post it there, Mike, at a 2 hour, 21 minute net with a unofficial count of 40 check-ins overall.
All right, Jimmy.
Welcome and thank you for all you do, K9 GCR. Good night.